Hello, my wonderful Choombas, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is TytheTrainer. In today's video, we're going to finish up my series of training guidelines. So, without further ado, let's learn how to train. And as always, I'm going to continue to utilize my acronym FIRST that I learned in my schooling. That stands for frequency, intensity, repetitions, sets, and type. Today's guideline, the final guideline, is muscular hypertrophy. So, your goal is to look better naked. Or you want to become a bodybuilder. So, hypertrophy will result in the increase of lean muscle mass, which is awesome. A lot of people want to do this. And yeah, so without further ado, let's kind of go over the guideline. So, we start off with our frequency. Most bodybuilders do a 6-day split of a pull, push, legs, plus accessories. So they stick with their compounds. They got like the big muscle groups like your bench, your squat, your deadlift, stuff like that at that lower intensity, which we'll cover in a moment. And they also add accessory exercises in. So more open chain, kinetic exercises, targeting, smaller muscles, etc., etc. Okay? Like I mentioned in my strength guideline, it's very important you hit a 72-hour recovery period for each muscle group. So that stays the same. All right, after our frequency, we have our intensity bracket. For hypertrophy, we're going anywhere between 70 to 80% of 1 rep max, okay? And a new term for everybody that we're going to learn is RPE. So we're going to be training at an 8 to 9 RPE. RPE stands for ratings of perceived exertion, and it's just a good way to gauge intensity where maybe you don't have a 1 rep max percentage. The easiest way I can describe this, let's say you're doing a set of curls and you're at an RPE, or your training intensity is an RPE of 9. So your set of curls is 12 repetitions. When you get to that 12th rep, you should only have 1 rep left in the tank. And that is how you gauge RPE, okay? If you have any further questions on that, let me know in the comments. Send me an email. I'll be happy to discuss that with you. So no worries there. All right, after our intensity bracket, we have our repetition bracket. So for hypertrophy, we're training anywhere between 6 and 12 repetitions. Apparently, English is not my strong suit today. And if we're at that 12 rep, you're going to probably be at that 70% range. And if you're at that 6 rep, we're going to be at that 80% range. And you'll notice, due to some overlapping intensity, because strength training also occurs within that 70 to 80, even though your main goal is building muscle, you might notice some strength increase as well. And that's totally normal and not a bad thing at all. All right, moving on from our repetitions, we got our sets. So hypertrophy is all about volume, and yeah, you'll notice that right in the sets because we're training 3 to 6 sets per muscle group. And again, these are just the starting guidelines. I know that once you get more advanced, I think you can hit anywhere 12 to 24 sets per muscle group, but this is just to get you started, to understand the basics of it, okay? So 3 to 6 sets, and you're only utilizing rest periods of 30 to 90 seconds. So high volume, low rest, really good way to pack on lean muscle mass. And to finish it off for the guideline, we got our type. Again, this is any. So you can do this with free weights, you can do this with machines, you can do this with calisthenics. Just depending on what you have access to, what you want to, complete. I believe with free weights and machines, it'll be a little bit better for hypertrophy training because machines will take away the stabilizer muscles, so you really get a pump and you get to really work the muscles that you're targeting. And don't get me wrong, you do need the stability from the free weights, but if your main goal is to build muscle, definitely hit the machines and, use your free weights and calisthenics as maybe your accessory exercises. So, yeah, there we go, guys. That's how we train for hypertrophy most efficiently. Well, Chooms, thanks for joining me on my training guideline series. I hope you've learned something, and I hope this aids you on your path to physical freedom. If you haven't seen the other episodes, I would go check them out. I'll make a playlist so they're all easily accessible. And yeah, if you have any further questions, please drop them in the comments, send me an email, and I'll happily discuss further. And I'm sure I'll make more videos on different intensity techniques and more advanced options for all the training guidelines in the future. But my name is TytheTrainer. Tell your friends about me, tell your family about me, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video.